Hey everybody, what you're about to witness is something you can do in every single one of your games, no matter what position you are, no matter what bracket you are, to get an early Deward that will give you extra XP, extra gold, extra everything. Vision in the mid lane. It's very important. So right now, I'm going to show you. I'm the Dawnbreaker, and I'm going to walk to the mid lane, and you're going to see me get a really nice Deward. And you may ask, BSJ, how did you know that that ward was there? And right now, this video is all about how I knew that ward was there.
Banana slam jam.
So first step to knowing how I knew that ward was there is understanding tower vision. So what I'm showing you right now is my radiant tower vision. If we see this little arch here, that's exactly what my tower can see. And then if we hold Alt to see what the tower range is, notice how this arch is just a little bit less than what the tower actually can attack. So the way this works is that because they changed the pregame to be nighttime, we can check and see if there's a ward on the opponent's side of the map in the mid lane that sees you. Because if you walk into the very edge of the tower range and the tower attacks you, that means there is a ward that sees you. So mechanically, the way to do this is at nighttime, you walk pregame into near the range of the tower, which is what I did in the game here. And you're going to see me, I'm going to hold Alt, and it's going to show me the tower range. You actually can't see in my controls, but I'm going to hold Alt, see exactly where the tower range is, barely walk into it. And if the tower attacks me, that means there's a ward that can see me. So I see that the tower attacks me. So I immediately know there's a ward either here or here. And I've started placing my sentries closer to the ramp because people in my bracket have tried to like 5-head this, where a lot of people place their sentries in the middle of the river. And this guy even tried to place a ward further underneath his tower just to see the high ground. But right here, I'm 100% sure that there's either a ward here or there's a ward down here. So if I were to miss this D-ward, because D-warding gives you more gold than it does to cost you for even 2 sentries, I will miss this D-ward, for instance, and I will immediately fly myself another sentry pregame as a 5 position or as a mid laner. I can even tell my mid laner, hey man, like there's a ward there, free D-ward for you. So if you're a mid lane player, feel free to walk into the tower range just like I did, no matter what bracket you're in, because your 5 position probably does not do this, and see if there's a ward. You'll take 1 or 2 tower shots, you'll regen all your health back in no time, and if you buy yourself a sentry, wards give over 100 gold and a little bit of experience as well. So it'll be a huge booster for you. So one common thing people will do as the Lich, so if we do all vision and we see the Lich, is they will walk into this little crevice right here. As you notice, this is an attack range of the tower. So if you're Dire, you can do this, where you walk right here, and then notice the tower will attack you. But if I remove all vision, I can walk the Lich to be right here, and the tower will not attack him. See? So if Lich were on Dire, and I were to place a ward like right here,
30 seconds.
he would know that this ward sees him if he were to walk right here and get attacked by the tower. So you can check if there's a ward on this side specifically. What this does is it eliminates the fact that the ward is over here. Because if you had walked into tower range first right here, get attacked, and then you walk into tower range right here and get attacked, you'll know the ward's on this side. If you walk into a tower range right here and get attacked, but you don't get attacked right here, you'll know the ward is up here somewhere. So you can place a sentry around here to cover all of those spots. Okay, so the same thing can be done on the Dire, where you can utilize these trees right here. Because notice how the trees right here, you're in tower range on the opposite side of them. So if Lich were to go into those trees, as we're going to put him there, we can't see him. It's the same approach as it was on the Radiant. But the second we place a ward, either here, which sees him, he's going to walk out of tower range, he'll know the ward's either right here, or the ward could potentially be, for Dire, some people will place it on this hill. So if you're Radiant, you can do the same thing that I did for Lich here, where if I place the ward here and he gets the same alert where he walks into tower range, gets attacked, if he does that, he knows the ward is somewhere either here or here. He can then walk into tower range right here and know that he's not getting attacked right now as he is in tower range. See? And so that would tell you that the ward is on the hill instead of over here. So you can also check the same thing in this little cubby. So if I were the Lich and I move into tower range right here as well for this cubby, we can check and see if we see him. So if I, as Dawnbreaker, place a ward right here, now Lich will get aggroed. So as Lich, he knows that the ward is either over here or up here. Oftentimes, it'll be up here, but you can actually place a sentry right in the middle if you want. But you can also check as Lich right here in this little cubby. As if we do all vision, Lich will now get attacked, and this ward will see you. So you can determine whether or not the ward is here or here doing this. Now, you do need to be a little bit careful because this is incredibly deep in enemy territory, and if they do have a ward up here, they will see you the entire time and might just kill you. But these are all little things you can do, and if you detect the ward, a lot of times I let people get the rune, and then disperse if I feel like I'm going to be putting myself in danger to get the D ward. Because if you do this right at the start of the game and everyone's ready to pick up the bounty runes, they're probably all there and ready to kill you. So if you ever feel at risk, just wait for the bounty runes to be picked up. As a 5, you'll be a little bit late to lane. Maybe you'll need a TP, but something great you can do. And you can always tell your mid exactly where the enemy ward is and fly him a sentry if he really wants it, because you'll get the gold from it if you buy the sentry. Also, guys, in case you ever feel like you want to cheese the opponent even better in regards to these D wards, if you have a summons hero, you can do this whole process much more safely, as you don't have to actually put your hero in tower range. You can use Nature's Prophet's Treants or Lycan Wolves, anything like this to scout out the tower's vision. So if you can have a hero that doesn't need to put themselves at risk, that's even better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a huge advantage in the mid lane. It's a huge boost to your gold and XP in the early game since it's minute 0. And utilize this tip as long as it's nighttime at the start of the game. You see it almost every game at the top tier level. A lot of you, if you haven't seen anything about this before, are probably wondering why people are randomly walking into tower range and standing on the enemy hill in high MMR games. And this is exactly why. I hope you guys learned something. Like, comment, subscribe, yada yada.